Hey everybody, Stephen Key here, and I have a very special guest, Hilary. Where are you from, Hilary, first of all?
Well, I came from New York, but I live in Florida most of my life.
Okay, and you're an inventor now, but you do something very interesting besides inventing, don't you? What's your day job?
I'm a machinist.
You're a female machinist. Is that common?
No.
O-
I only know a couple more machinists like me that I've seen in shops. I
Okay,
mean, I know there's more, but it's a difficult profession. I can
okay.
understand why. Yeah.
And you came up with an invention because you saw you had a problem yourself. Is that correct?
Oh, yes, yeah. Daily I had to get to work and somehow secure my hair so, I could operate my machinery without worrying about getting, tangled into stuff, And, well, I don't like short hair. For me, it's a little harder to manage because you have to curl it all the time. So, I prefer to keep my hair longer.
Okay. So you have long hair. Can I see how long it is in the back? It's fairly long, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, great. And
Yeah, well, what I can do is it slips right out real easy. It's just a little
okay,
twisty. I kind of put it in, during the morning, and then it just slides right out. And it's pretty easy to,
very nice. Your hair is
yeah,
very long.
yeah.
So you got a device. What is it called?
I called it Holdilocks.
And it keeps your hair up without coming back down, and so important, especially if you're doing something as dangerous as you're doing. Correct?
Oh, yes. Not to mention you got grubby hands and you don't want to handle your hair, any more than what you have to, like in the morning. You don't want to touch it while you're at work.
Okay. So you came up with an idea. What did you know what to do? How'd you figure out how to bring it to market?
Well, I just, boy, I get too much information, I think. It's been kind of like this person says this person says that, and I'm trying to divvy out whatever's the best.
Okay.
But it just made sense to me to test it first. So I got a 3D printer and I decided to try different sizes and shapes. So I kind of started off that way, and I listened to your show several times, and you talked about cell sheets. I put a cell sheet out, and what happened was a gentleman by Dumas Martin Jr. saw my cell sheet, and he loved it. He says, "Oh, you gotta make that." And I'm like, what? I don't know if I can market it. It's something you have to show people. It takes more than 30 seconds to demonstrate. But he says that that's a winner, and I know it is. I love it because it's helped me out tremendously. But I just social media is it's an animal. It's a big animal you have to control. You're pushing out information this way and that way. And I'm trying to figure out how to market it properly. That's the tough part.
Okay. But you did bring it to a trade show, correct?
Yeah. The trade show was off the wall. I saw it coming up, and I had my product just manufactured at that time, and that was in September, and it just came out in September. So I had just a window of a few days to get my product to the trade show. So I decided I would try to do it. Actually, my manufacturer was kind of slow, and so he was supposed to have had it done the month before, so I had to rush, and it was a lot of hurry up and wait and just get it done. But yeah, the trade show I thought would be a good idea because, that's what they say, just get your product to a trade show. And that was a lot of work, especially for one person. You have to put a floor down, you have to get your furniture and try to decorate. And I was ordering stuff with Vistaprint and Staples and trying to get everything all organized. It was a little madness, a little bit of madness.
So what was it like being at a trade show? Was it easy to talk to people, or were they just walking by? What do you have to do to stand on your head to get them to pay attention to you?
You do. Well, there's a lot of competition, especially because they had a lot of children things there, and it was a general woman's thing. I think if they narrowed the niche down to more or less hair products or something, to do with cosmetic, but there was too many varieties there, and they even had one of these silly shows, stripping firemen and stuff. So it's like, you're competing with these kind of shows, you're competing with all kinds of clothing and makeup and, a whole bunch of stuff that's drawing interest to women in general. Yeah.
So when you ordered your samples, were they made overseas? Were they made in China?
Yeah. Unfortunately, when I had my manufacturer, I thought I was talking to a manufacturer in California, which is his number and everything. It ended up being a Chinese manufactured product. That's his factories in China, I guess. And I was a little disappointed because I wanted to have an American-made product.
How'd you find him?
Well, actually, my work, I had an engineer that brought me a brochure from their factory. He knows that I was trying to figure out how to make my product, because I was thinking clicker punch it or this, that, because I didn't really want to go injection mold unless, it was affordable. And then, I just kind of had to get a bunch of estimates, and, it was affordable, but unfortunately it ended up being made in China. So,
was there a minimum order you had to order? A couple thousand?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. The minimum to get a decent price was $5,000. Okay. Otherwise, the price would be about 3 or 4 times as high per item. And it just didn't make sense to, make a smaller amount and almost pay the same amount of money.
Okay. So, all right, did you take orders at the trade shows at all? Did you know? Or
no one there was really ordering products like that. There was one lady that seemed to be kind of interested, but she said she was going to come tomorrow, and it could have been I was in the bathroom or something, because I'm the only one, monitoring the place. So it's hard to say if she did stop by.
Okay.
But she was pretty interested, and she was a beautician. She wanted to, see if I could go wholesale with her.
Okay,
and
good.
Yeah.
Are you currently selling online now?
Yeah, I've sold some. It's not as much as I thought it would be, but it's just brand new and it's out there, and I'm competing with a lot of other people that have the SEO for the product name. A bun making or hair tool, whatever. So I'm trying to figure out how to get that SEO to those type of searches so that it'll pull up when you get to that.
Have you reached out to any buyers? I've just called up any buyers at any stores to see if they'd carry it yet?
No, I haven't been doing that because I'm a little nervous about insurance costs. When I tried to get a quote for the trade show, the insurance was outrageous with one of the quotes. So I was kind of concerned about getting my product insured with product liability, whatever that would be necessary for retail. And that's what's really holding me up for that. That's why I'm looking into distributors or something instead, or do it myself.
So through this whole process, have you learned quite a bit?
Yeah, lots. I'm learning every day. It's just tremendously difficult, but it's really a good education. I mean, if anything else I got out of it, I got a real good education about business and what could happen.
Is there any advice you'd give someone that's just starting out?
Oh man, there's a lot of it. Basically, I'm learning how to do the market research, and the more you're searching online, you can't believe everything online, but you do have to do a lot of research to figure out the market, the niche, how to do Facebook ads and stuff. I haven't done a Facebook ad yet. I've done the boost, but I'm a little nervous about doing the ad. I want to make sure it's really good. And, I think the marketing is the hardest part. The manufacturing to me was pretty much the easiest part, except for the little, how would you say, not revealing the full truth to me, to let me know that, instead of after it's ordered, oh, by the way, you gotta, get your account with us so that when it's shipped from China, you can pick it up, you can get it. And I'm like, what? Those are the shocks that you might find if you're trying to manufacture. But I think that even though this is a simple part, man, it's definitely worth looking into licensing. I'm sure of that. Any kind of product. I was just trying to make sure that I had something that could be presented, and that's one of those things that I've learned off the hook that didn't really need to be done, but it's probably helpful, but I'm not sure. It's okay. There's so many uncertainties in business, and making your decisions.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing your story with everybody.